Hey, what is good? What is good?
Here, man, we here. How you feeling?
Yes. Oh man, we were just talking a little bit just about the new shit that y'all dropped, and definitely feeling good. Obviously, in the place to be, we've got none other than the indestructible Run and Gun, J.O. Mairs, and Heavy G. Say what? Let's go.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
How y'all feeling?
Good, man. Can't
All is
complain.
well.
You know what I mean?
All is well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what happened
Oh,
to G?
there he is. There he is. You good,
Can y'all
G?
hear me?
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
hear?
I cannot hear you guys. I don't know
Tap the
why.
screen. You have to tap the screen. There should be a thing to turn on the sound.
My,
Oh, this guy's muting himself.
Oh.
Uncle Goo.
Uncle Goo.
Oh man.
Oh, and there he goes. And there
No,
he goes.
he'll be back.
He'll be back. Yeah, he'll definitely be back. So we've got some new music and ting coming from the Run and Gun team. It's been an interesting 2024 still, because if we talk about Run and Gun season all the time, right?
Mhm.
But 2024, legit, it is most def Run and Gun season, because the Joshua, the Upside Down, and now the new Run and Gun, like, it's literally Run and Gun season
Yeah,
round two.
yeah. Absolutely.
most definitely is.
Yeah,
Right?
there he is.
Yeah, yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I feel like that was part of the game plan, because like me and Gu were both kind of feeling like we kind of slid off the map for a little bit. But realistically, we didn't, because the solo stuff was working. So like just coming
Exactly.
back full circle to this next Run and Gun project is like the ideal situation.
Exactly. So before we get started, let's just do a little bit of catch up. For anyone who isn't familiar, they each of these two dropped a solo record this year as well. We had both of you on to talk about it, obviously, and there was some damn dope records. Salute to you both.
Respect.
Seriously, it was. I liked being able to catch the different facets of you as your solo artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you are still solo artists.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I really dug getting into each of your respective bags. So one thing I want to know from each of you is, after getting your hands dirty on your solo ting, coming back to do Run and Gun, was there a bit of a mind switch, almost like, code switch, where you're like, okay, so this is my solo self. Now I'm gonna, switch into my Run and Gun self.
I don't really feel me personally. I don't feel like there was a switch. I felt like it was just it's running gun. It's too normal for me. Like it's
Yeah, this is the regular comfort zone, so it's easy to be here, you know.
it wasn't. Damn, I gotta get into my running gun bag now. Off my
No,
shoulder. It was just like like we're in the battlefield, and I just went on a solo mission and he went on a solo mission. Now we're back at we're back at the camp. Like, all right, yo, it's time to go on a duo mission. Let's go. You guys,
yeah.
guys go.
No,
Huh?
for
Yeah,
real, they were just side quests, part of the journey itself, taking
yeah,
on the side quests.
for sure.
Um, when I'm going to assume you were working on the Run and Gun at the same time that you were working on the solo material.
Yeah, I mean, Run and Gun. One thing that people got to realize about Run and Gun, and with the whole way that we structured our whole brand off of just going nonstop, like we really live like that as far as the studio. So we have so much music that like when we sit to work on a project, like minimal new stuff is getting done. We're usually just like, all right, let's piece together this and that. Okay, now to make this project feel away, let's do, this, or add on one of these newer songs that we did recently. But like a lot of the music that y'all been hearing from Run and Gun, like a good handful of it was all done in the same era, you know, and then we just kind of sprinkle onto it as we put projects out. So like the catalog never really like dwindles.
Yeah, usually like 75-80% done, and we're like, okay, like, yo, let's just make this track. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. That's how it's been moving. So like, to even answer the question you were saying before about like switching to Run and Gun mode, it's like Run and Gun did its job already. Like everything's been prepared. The table's been set, you know, so we don't have to do too much when it comes time to, you know, go into Run and Gun season or, you know, back into that zone.
I hear that. So there's no need to step into the phone booth and change, you know, take off the suit to show the S on your chest because it's already there. And you know what?
Yeah, always wearing it.
For real. And I don't know if I mentioned to either of this to both of you when we were talking about the solo thing, but I mean the solo thing all just sound like a natural extension of Run and Gun anyway.
Yeah.
But that's how we kind of wanted to kind of sound like, you know, we want to make sure that you still know that like when we're doing a solo that this is still a Run and Gun product, you know. Like, but you know, so you got to get your solo thing off sometimes, man. Like everybody has stories. Like I feel like I have 100 million stories that I gotta let off, and you know, the solos just help me get the stories off as well. You know, at least for me.
Mm-hmm. No, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. 1,000%.
When it's been what, was it 4 years since Contra dropped?
Yeah.
4 years.
4 years since Contra, yeah.
Now, and you know that I know both of you know this already. In 4 years, I mean, shit done changed like immensely in 4 years for artists.
Yeah.
It's a completely different ball game now in 2024.
For sure.
Since Contra came out. Now, one thing I wanted to ask both of you is, with how much things have changed, especially in terms of technology and even just the way artists are expected to move now. You know what I mean? Because it's a strange time for music right now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know that rap ain't selling anything right now.
Yeah.
It's a strange time.
Yeah.
When you know, when hip hop has been running things like for real, it's, you know, the streams aren't there, the sales aren't there. It's a really fucked up time in music right now. Now, like 4 years after Contra, do you feel like the battle of being an artist just got a little bit harder?
Honestly, it doesn't feel harder. It's more so like, I don't know. We always just had this way of looking at things where the game was concerned, that like, you know, there's certain things that if you're not doing, you're not going to get a certain type of spotlight, or it's going to take longer to, you know, everything's a lot slower of a burn when you take certain routes. And we've always felt like we were taking some of those routes where it's going to be a slower burn because we're not conforming to certain things or not deciding to take certain marketing approaches or whatever the case. We've changed a couple of things. Like we are going to switch more into like that short form content route, instead of like, for example, instead of doing like a full music video, like the audience is going to get more clips, you know, more shorter clips to digest easier. Yeah. So things like that, like, yeah, it just feels like it's just a wheel that's just been turning since, because we've both been in the game for so long. So like, it just feels like it's a wheel that's been turning, and it's not getting more difficult. It just depends on how you look at it, you know. Because it was difficult to burn 200 CDs and walk around on road trying to sell them. That was difficult too. You know?
Yeah, man.
So, like, pick your poison.
Yeah, I feel like just the rate has changed. Like per year, you're kind of just like, it's like you really don't know what to expect every year with kind of what's gonna be the next thing. Instead of it just being that one thing that people were doing and it's just staying that, it's kind of like more like year to year, there's something new that's kind of popping up where it's just like, oh, you got to do this, oh, you got to do this, which
Yeah.
is like cool. You got to kind of conform to it in a sense, but it's probably the only thing that's kind of like a little odd. But hey, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. You want to be a part
Yeah.
of the game. You gotta join the game, man. This game is changing all the time, so just
Yes.
join in.
No, for real, for real. And I mean, you've gotta stay on top of whatever is happening, just so that you don't get, you shouldn't be left out of the loop, especially when you've got some dope shit to promote. Which, fellas, make no mistake, you do. Okay.
Most definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when we think about a lot of things that have been occupying the hip hop music discourse since Contra came out, whole lot of bullshit and thing just been what the oh my god, man.
Mm-hmm.
And every day there's always something new.
Yep. 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 Yep.
It's like there's no surprises anymore, yo.
No, for real. It's like that. It's like when you see what is being covered, that's how you know that things are going downhill. Like I opened up the gram earlier, and there's like big outlets posting, oh, Drake unfollowed so and so and so and so. So it's like, who cares? Like,
right?
You guys are really posting who's following, who's unfollowing who. Like, who cares?
Oh,
like,
man.
It's not a big. It's not even like it's rappers and stuff. I mean, I've seen a couple, but it's like, oh, Drake unfollowed LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan. It's like, who cares? What does this have to do with anything? Yo, promote some music or something. Like, what
right?
Sometimes it does feel like it's not even about the music more time.
It's not. That's the thing. It's not.
Yeah.
It stopped being about the music a long time ago, but it's just getting more and more evident.
Yeah, it's like you have to. It's like, yo, they rather you. It's like have some antics and be like a 25% good rapper, but your antics is on 100%. You're out. You're kind of out the door,
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what do I have to do? Like, I gotta go set the Walmart on fire. That's what you guys want. That's what they want. Crazy like that. Come on the ground and take a bucket of water and be like,
the ice bucket challenge.
Like, are we artists anymore or not? Like, I don't know what we are anymore. So sometimes, yeah, it's hard to just, hey, man, it's hard.
It's like a bunch of artists competing against marketing gurus, marketing geniuses.
Oh, man.
Because if someone could be a marketing genius with a trash song, and it's gonna go. They're gonna be all over the place. It's gonna work. And I don't have nothing against it, but it's just like I feel like the music outlets and the people who are in positions to like put good music in higher places are responsible for telling the difference between what's a marketing gimmick and what's actually like, some music.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we're not gonna worry too much about them folk because y'all don't roll like that anyway. So we're not gonna worry too much about them. Especially we've got some dope new records to talk about. Fellas, again, damn. I got to sample a preview of these 3 new joints. And it was, oh man. First of all, I mentioned already, I'm already seeing the range. Ooh. I feel like I'm hearing new frontiers being explored here. Am I off the mark with that?
Like you said, a lot of the music was already recorded. And I feel like the most recently recorded songs on this album are kind of like in our vibe already. Because what was the most recent one? Where the Love Go?
And Talk to Me.
Yeah, Where the Love Go and Talk to Me were the 2 most recently recorded. Everything else is like fairly like done within the same time frame, which would have been sometime this year.
Okay.
So
kind of know we know where the bag is. So like you
Yeah,
kind of know like, okay, this is where we need to be, or
Yeah.
type of shit we need the people want to hear from us, type of
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Or if we
it,
need to mix it up a little bit, it's like, all right, well, let's throw this song on there so we can get a little bit of this vibe on the project. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of just like a pick and choose situation once we, get close to not release time, but when it gets time to start piecing the project together, we just like sit with it and kind of figure out what we need and look in the pool of songs we have, piece it together. If we need something that's not there, we record it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Some heaters, yo.
yeah.
Heaters. God damn. You know it's a heater when after 16 bars you're like, "Okay, the volume needs to go up."
Yeah,
It's like, no, hold up.
yeah,
We got to turn this up to 20. That's when you know it's a heater. And you know what? Like,
So,
I'm biased as fuck. I mean, no secret. You guys know I love the shit that you guys do. So I'm biased as fuck. But at the same time, I know how it would feel if I didn't hear something that I felt was up to the par that both of you are capable of. I don't know
yeah,
how I don't know how I'd tell you, but I feel like I'd find a way to tell you.
yeah, for
Do you
sure.
know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. We would know you don't feel the same way because we know
Yeah.
what your reaction is like on
Yeah.
these first impressions.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I've been very forthcoming with you every time I
yeah,
learn some new shit from you guys, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so far you're not disappointing
yeah,
at all.
yeah.
God damn.
We can't miss right now.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
For production. Let's talk about some of the production that was done on these new records.
hmm
Uh,
Uh,
did you hear Witness?
Yes.
okay, yeah. So Witness, that was my homie Pops. Uh,
Okay.
he
Salute
produced that.
Pops.
Salute Pops.
That was
Pops.
heat.
Yeah, Pops
Mm,
is crazy, and like it's been a
exactly.
long time since I've known Pops a very long time. You've known Pops a lot. We've known Pops a long time. And
Okay.
we did a lot of records back in the day and stuff. But like as far as in our more like matured careers, we haven't gotten as much of a chance to work together.
Mm.
But then being able to get that pack from Pops and piece together some records, like that was one that stood out immediately, and I was like, yeah, this one needs to happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So salute Pops, man. Pops killed it with that one for sure.
For sure.
Uh,
Pop comes through. It's a blessing when he comes through because he's not coming to play at all when he comes through.
yeah.
Depends on a super.
Like he heard the record and he liked it, and he's one of those. I know how he's like perfectionist. He wants everything to sound like. So I just knew he liked the record. I was like, all right, yo, piece of everything to put it out. I didn't even like hit him up to be like, yo, dog, we're using this because I didn't want to hear no. You know what we should do? I was like, no, we just gotta let this go out. But but he definitely did his thing with that one. Which other ones did you hear?
Witness the It's Mine.
It's Mine. Yeah.
Oh. Damn.
That's
Yeah, It's Mine. It's Mine goes hard. That's me on the production for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, you cooked a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a little something. I like doing
Ooh.
those. Like as you could tell, if you followed anything Run and Gun, like the
Yeah.
remakes and just like reflipping old classics that we came up on. I
like that.
I like doing it and it's like I always got to do something. If I'm gonna do it, I got to do it in a way where when you hear mine, you can hear the difference between mine and the original, like clearly. Like there has to be something about it that makes it mine. No pun intended. But yeah, so that was just another one of those situations. Like I love that flip, so I flipped it and added a little sprinkle on it, and then just channeled them for the verses. I was feeling like Nas on my verse. That's how I was writing it. Like when I was writing it, it was Nas's voice spitting the verse in my head when I was writing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's probably my favorite song on the album.
That's a hard. Yo, that joint's hard.
Like the bars that is like, fans are really throwing comments on those bars still for sure.
Yeah.
that's a live joint too. That's definitely meant to be done on stage.
Yeah, yeah. Can't wait.
Oh my
Can't wait.
god, that's definitely a live joint right there.
For
Cannot
sure.
wait.
What about the love joint? Who did production on the love joint?
Where the love go?
Yeah.
That's me too. Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah. I did the most of this. I did most of this.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I did most of it. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I was just wondering because with some of the work you did on the solo stuff for both of you, I was curious to see if there was any collaboration that
Mm,
found its way into this kind of thing. Not like you needed it.
yeah.
Trust.
Honestly,
Not like you needed it.
with this one, we're maybe one producer over the limit, because usually the way I like to do the Run and Gun project is like I'm producing most of it. Then we'll call in reinforcements for maybe 2 songs, right? If we're gonna put a project out on this one, I think there's 3 songs I didn't produce, and then 1 song that was co-produced with me and our engineer Eric Gordon. So Talk to Me, I know you heard that one. That's one of the ones we sent. So that was Eric Gordon had something started. I went and I
Okay.
added to it, and then we built that beat. So that was me and Eric Gordon. Um, Crazy, which is one of the joints that were already out. That's a Tone Mason joint. Salute Tone
Hey,
Mason.
salute all day.
Yeah. And then everything else. So like the For Me joint, the JUCO joint, the Name Your Price.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah.
Hey,
And then we
not
got
surprised.
yeah. No, I held it down for this one. And then we got one other joint called Hate to Do It, produced by Kid Cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of features, and don't get me wrong, I almost expect your projects to be majority you two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect heavy features from you two, and I don't know that I don't really think that's part of what you guys do to go heavy features.
No, not like we love to get people featured. That they gotta be demons as well. They gotta be on some heavy barsmith stuff to get on it. We gotta have
Yeah.
have this respect, and then they'll probably get on it. We have a couple of features, but I don't know. We're in our bag, We're in our
Y'all
bag.
don't need features. Come on
No, we
now.
don't. There's already not enough space on the track for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
There's already not enough space. When we're doing certain joints where it's a back and forth thing, we're already fighting to make sure that he doesn't spit more bars than me on it. Put it out like you spat 3 here and then I spat 7, so then you get 4, and then we have to make it work. So like with features, I think the other thing with features too is like if we're cool or if we linked up and like there was a positive energy and like a connection there, then it's easier to get in the studio and work. It's not just a thing of, oh, let's work with this person or work with that person. It's like, if there's a connection, we have a relationship, like features will come. So there's a lot of artists that we've tapped in with that features will come with. We'll have features with them because we've been in contact, we've been talking about it. We just haven't gotten around to doing the link up yet, or finding that record or whatever it is. But it's definitely not at the top of the list. Like features it's not at the top of the list of importance for us.
And I've got to say, and again, this is biased. Truthfully, when I hear a Run and Gun record, I kind of just want to hear you two. If I'm going to be completely honest,
Yeah, me
you know
too.
what I mean. You're like the Batman Superman fucking crossover type thing when I hear Run and Gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And,
I like.
and
Yeah.
when I hear you two, that's a lot. If I'm pulling from a comic reference, like the Batman Superman thing really works for you two. You know what I mean? Because that's the energy that I get when I hear a Run and Gun record. Sure, if there's opportunity to throw in a Wonder Woman feature or what have you, like it'll work, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, really, who's gonna sell more than Superman and Batman? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Now, with both of you now, we can honestly call Run and Gun a national thing now, okay? Because now you're east and west. With you being in 2 different spots now, has the collaboration had any sort of moments you're like, yo man, if we were in the same spot still, this would be so much easier? Or with with the amount of time that you've had already working together, is has it just fallen into place like jelly?
Obviously, I feel like if we were together or in the same place, it would be probably it'll be a little bit more easier. But at the same time, it's like, I was talking to Adam Baum the other day, and he's like, "Yo,
Salute.
so yeah, salute Adam Baum." He's like, "Yo, so you're on the other side of the fucking continent, and you guys, you guys are still working. Wait a minute. That means no. That means people are really not putting in a lot of work. If you guys are continuing to put out this rate of music, and you guys aren't even you know what I mean. One person's here and one person's there. That means somebody else
Exactly.
is not doing enough work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and then just with the amount of work that we already have, it's like it's hard to feel like we're losing a step. Like it doesn't really feel like we're losing a step
Yeah,
at all.
that's what's keeping us afloat. It's the surplus of music that we have already done that keeps
Right.
us afloat. Because like
Right.
I say it all the time, we talk about it all the time. I'm always just like, yo, man, if we were both here in the city, or even if I was out there, whatever it was, if we were both in the same place where we were able to go and move around, because like when we put out Contra, and like in the very early stages of like Run and Gun, when we became Run and Gun after, like the rate of growth was crazy because people didn't know they needed it till we started giving it to them. But as we were giving it to them in that early initial stage, we were everywhere. There are so many different things going on that we would pop up and be at. So when they see me, they see Goo. When they see Goo, they see me. And it was just like helping the brand overall. And like life happens. It's not a big, it's not something that we hang our heads about, because we still make things happen while we're in two different places.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, like whenever Goo is in town and we step out, like it's still a thing where it's like, oh shit, Run and Gun. It's different when it's both of us.
Yeah.
You know. But we're definitely still afloat. Even where making the music is concerned, it's still not really an issue. Like Goo can record where he is, I can record where
Yeah.
I am. We can like Where the Love Go. I recorded Where the Love Go here, and he recorded Where the Love Go there, and then we got it mixed, and it sounds like we were in the same place.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? There's even an advantage to the situation that you guys have now, because as I mean, I don't know how tough you go after, grants or what have you, but with G being in another province and you being in Ontario, you know, you can both apply for grants in each respective province now.
For sure.
Yeah.
You can work on festivals on both sides now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
like Breakout West, with you being in Edmonton now, you could easily get into Breakout West with Run and Gun. You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
would take you to the other western provinces like Alberta, Manitoba, and BC. You guys actually have an advantage to your situation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how we have to take it. So like even even while I was out here, I just been linking up with a lot of West Coast artists, especially
Yeah.
the ones in Calgary. Shout out Cash Money Cream or Young Poppy Bandito, K Riz and them.
Hey,
Prof,
K Riz.
those guys. So I kind of just been linking up with them and kind of just spreading my wings and kind of making those connections because I might as well. Vancouver, I've been linking up DJ Denise and all those people like that. You know what I mean? So it has its advantages.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure. For sure.
Now, with the two of you, I feel like y'all have been basically running this ship between the two of you. Do you find that you want to expand the team a little bit to be able to take care of more, say, the marketing or the promotion, and be able to give each of you more opportunity to hone into the craft a little bit more? Or do you feel like you've been able to manage the juggling act of a 2024 artist as it is now?
We've been good at managing it. but we do want to expand it. That's crazy that you said it. No,
Yeah. We literally talked about this like over the last couple of days. Like
I'm
even
saying,
all today,
yo.
even we talked about it. Like
I'm
'cause,
saying.
like I feel like just with a little bit of, not even a little bit, just if we were able to just focus more so on the
music.
music,
Yep.
putting the shows together, putting the albums together, and there's just someone off to the side that just does everything
Yeah.
else. So like you just
Yeah.
mentioned, like the what was the festival? The West?
Breakout West.
New
Yeah,
Breakout West.
Yeah.
I never heard of that till right now. If we
Oh
had
well,
some,
yo.
if we had someone who was like, oh, you know what would be good since you're here, Breakout West. All right, bam. Send me this and that, and I'll get the application done. Like, the little things like that, like, whatever festivals or shows or things that might be beneficial to us, that's as easy as just, reaching out or speaking with someone or whatever. If we had someone who was just only doing that, it would make it a lot easier, because it's not like we're young and we're just like we wake up and deal with running and stuff all day.
Right, have all the time in the world.
Grind.
Right.
We both gotta work.
Yeah.
We both got families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta
My
do a lot
daughter,
of stuff.
oh, my daughter's calling me right now. She's like, "Send me Starbucks." Like, yo, chill.
Yeah, like there's a lot that we're doing already. So like,
yeah.
to try to be our own manager at the same time, it's like a lot of things get missed. Like even things like grants, like the amount of times that we remember about a grant, and then when we go pull it up, it's like, oh, we missed the deadline by like a week, or whatever the case. Like, we just need, it would be great to have someone to stay on top of certain things.
Yeah.
And even if we still have to do things, if we have to fill out stuff or send over whatever information or media they need,
yeah,
at least having someone to, deal with all that would definitely be super helpful, especially at this stage, because I feel like it's only going up, right?
No, I felt, yo, for real. I feel like you guys are at that point where I think, having that extra point person would really help a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe at the start of our journey, we were kind of like, yeah, this is perfect. We could do it. But now there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of things coming, and it would just help if somebody could sift out a little bit of it for us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See which ones are really, what makes the most sense, what's the most beneficial, and just kind of going from there. Yeah.
Well, any like anything that I think you guys could benefit from, I'll always, send word if there's opportunities. In fact, I could send you a whole gang of ting, but I think that I could see you getting on board. Okay, so maybe we'd have to talk about that a little bit more offline.
Yeah, sure.
Coming from Saga, I know Mandam's so proud of where you rep, as you should be. Coming from Saga and coming from, with situations that are happening right now, there's a whole gang of mess up ting going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just fuckery to the nth degree. Have you ever felt, that if you had an opportunity to find a way to give back in a way that you could, reach out to at-risk youth who maybe just need, you know what I'm saying? Just need that mentor that can help them see, there's so many better ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I would love to do. I do, like, if in my home neighborhood, we always have like a drive that we give back to the kids every year right before school. So we try to like help the at-risk kids and kids who probably don't have, backpacks and shoes and stuff like that. Like, we definitely do that every year, and sometimes 2 times a year, But like, I definitely would love to do more for the at-risk kids, because I feel like I was an at-risk kid,
Yeah.
Like, I could definitely sympathize with them and kind of like know, like I know what it is to kind of like not have enough, you know what I mean? So yeah, that would definitely be dope. I definitely do some work, but I could always do more for sure.
Oh, we all could.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a couple of things recently, like just like workshops, at like this youth hub out in Malton, which is like, I'm not. You could say Saga, but if you ask someone from Malton, they might not say
There,
Saga.
yeah.
But
Oh, that's
it's Saga. It's still a
Yeah.
gray area, but it's
Yeah.
Saga.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I went there and I just did like a little workshop on like rap and performance and whatnot. And just kind of chopped it up with some of the kids there and seeing like, you know, where their headspace is. And that hub, the Malton Youth Hub, is a really good space, you know. So having more spaces like that would definitely be helpful.
Yeah.
That way it's not something where, you know, one or two people or me and Gu are personally out here trying to tell kids this and this is the case. It's like there's
Yeah.
hubs for them to go, and they have music studio, dance studio, so people doing art stuff, they have games, just stuff for them to stay there and, you know, be productive and stay out of
Yeah.
trouble. So I think more of that type of thing is the best way, and to catch them earlier in the game so that they kind of come up in that environment understanding like there's different things you could do with life, right? Because
Yeah.
like, you know, when you get to certain points, like when you see certain youths, like you could look at certain ones and be like, this guy's not gonna listen to me. Like, you're
Yeah.
not gonna listen to me. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I tell you, and you're gonna go do what you're gonna do and learn how you're
Yeah.
gonna learn. You know, but like to be able to have some hubs for them to go and like, you know, I
I
think
feel
that,
like sometimes it's just like there, and then Saga too. There might not be as many of those opportunities for like sometimes there might be some kind of workshops, and maybe the at risk kids don't even know about it. You know, like a lot
Mm.
of them might not even know. Like sometimes
oh,
they're workshops, but it's like the normal kids are coming to the workshops, which is that it's there for them too. But
Yeah.
sometimes the kids who in Saga in those pockets don't even be hearing about it. You know, so like
mm,
uh, I feel like more of them and kind of like more awareness for those kids. Like sometimes you might have to drop some flyers off inside of the neighborhood to
mm,
let these little kids know, like, yo, bro, like, come check this out. And yeah, they probably might not want to do it or might not be as receptive the first time, but maybe the second and third time
Exactly.
they might open up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I hear that completely. Because sometimes that is all it takes. Sometimes it just takes one of their, rolling up and say, "Yo, come roll through." You know what I mean? Just because they're not necessarily going to know that. Well, guess what? The provincial government gave X amount of funds allocated to do this program via this arts group. Because that's not necessarily, kids aren't necessarily going to know about that off top, right? That's just not
mhm.
something that's going to be common out there.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is happening right now? Because I mean, the streets have always been what they've been, right? But why does it feel like it's a lot worse now? And I mean everywhere.
It's just, you know, the changing of the generations and the lack of there being any sort of code, you know. That's just what it is. Like there's not really a code that's that's really like stood upon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everything is highly situational.
yeah,
You know, it's really about what's happening in this current situation. You
yeah,
know, and emotions run high, and when emotions run high and there's no principle to stand on, then you know things are going to eventually go downhill, and the codes and principles have just been decreasing ever so like consistently from since we were young until now. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the heads older than us had codes that we didn't deal with, you know, and then the
yeah.
ones under us had codes that we didn't deal with, and so
Right,
on and so forth. And it's just now it's at a point where like I feel like I'm so far removed, you know,
right.
because it's such a younger generation that's out here going
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
You know, it's like I can't relate to you. It's like,
you know, like me, like you kind of know in a way. I don't know, like me being from where I'm from, it kind of like when you're smaller, like if you see a certain degree of like violence and mayhem, like as a young kid, like you get more numb to that, and then you do
yeah,
something on another level. So it's
yeah,
like you know, the people in my old heads, they used to just scrap, and then
Yeah.
my brother's generation came around, and they used the knives, and then
Yeah.
my generation came around, and they started using guns, and
Yeah.
then that generation's got better guns, and you know,
Yeah, and more guns.
Yeah.
more guns. Like
Yeah.
Seriously.
it's like it gets as a young kid, you're always gonna take it to another degree because you're numb to whatever happened before.
But
Yeah.
also outside of that, the point that I always bring up with the generation now, I feel like it's highly tied to like smartphones and camera phones. Because when we were, you know, younger, when me and Goo, when that generation, when we started going crazy, like there weren't cameras in everybody's pocket, and when there were, they weren't that great of cameras. If they were, you know, like when when the camera phones first started coming out, they weren't good enough. Now
Yeah.
anything you do is 4K. So
Yeah.
what happened now is, now instead of getting in a little scuffle and, you know, fighting it out because you guys have a problem,
FaceTime more.
one of them is worried about, yeah, I don't want to be on the internet getting my ass beat. Like
Yeah.
we have to equalize this. I know I'm not going to win this fight. I'm shooting you or I'm stabbing. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of that, like, because I seen it. I like we were on the tail end of like, you know, like just coming out of like our teens and stuff when it started going crazy. Like when we were like early 20s, I was seeing more of the youngins not want to take the chance on anything because the camera was going to come out from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
so like, yeah, they weren't trying to fight. As soon as the fight stops going their way, they got to find the equalizer, to the point where now it's like we're not even fighting anymore.
We're not even fighting. You
Yeah,
know? Just has it has to get to a place where you're just tired of it. You know, like
Yeah.
feel like, you know what I mean. There's kind of like certain certain like before Toronto kind of used to just be like a Jamaican Caribbean warfare. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
now
Yeah.
now now that it's not a Jamaican Caribbean warfare, now it's a Somalian warfare going on.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like it's kind of like you have to kind of get tired of it. I felt like the Caribbeans we got kind of tired of it. Like, yo, fam, like
Yeah.
we've been doing bad for 30 years, fam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally, let's chill out. You know? Then the
Yeah.
Somalians like, oh yeah, let us take the reins then. Still, you
Oh.
know.
Woof.
Now they're running amok, you know. So like they're just gonna have to go through their thing and get tired of it. You know what I mean? Because sooner or later you're just gonna get tired of like people kind of like putting you in a box. Like, oh, here comes the Jamaicans. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know,
Cycle, man.
you bring up some great points, both of you. I especially love, you know, the fact that with G bringing up the levels, because it's true, the levels they like rose up. And
yeah.
then when Mairs brought up codes, yeah, man, codes. It's like there's no codes anymore.
No.
Oh, like,
You know
yo,
what I mean?
let this guy and this guy fight, and then let them,
Right?
Yeah, literally.
let
It's
this guy,
gone.
and then once they start fighting, let's jump them, fam. What happened
Yeah.
to the like? What happened? That's why you have people wilding out online.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like they're not. There's no code, so now anybody could just wild out online. You could be the biggest nerd. You have a gun. Doesn't matter, fam.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't matter now. There's no code, fam. Like sometimes I'm here wondering like these guys have moms and dads.
Right?
Like
Damn.
But then when you
For
think about
real.
it, the crazy part about it too, because this conversation can get real deep real fast. But
Yes,
one
it
thing
could.
you could think about is like when we look at these kids now, because when I say these kids, like it's literally 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that are out
Kids.
here acting the fool, right?
Kids.
Their moms and dads are us. They're ours.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
right.
LeBron James
That's
is
right.
playing in the NBA with his son. You know
That's
what I mean?
right. Yeah, that's
LeBron
right.
James is my older brother's age, and he's a few years older than me, you know?
Oh
And he's
man.
playing in the league with his son. So it's this generation of like us and like a little bit older than us, it's their kids that are out here wilding. So that
not our kids, man. It's the 50.
not our kids, like personally, you know what I mean? But like our generation of kids. You know what I mean?
know what you're saying, so like just a little bit older than us, it's their kids running around.
Just a little bit older than us, like not particularly us, because like I don't know anybody personally that has kids that are. I mean,
I told my brother
a couple, but you know,
I told my older brother and my sister the other day that I'm like, yo, this is your guys' generation's kids are running amok.
Exactly, it's their generation's kids.
They're your babies. They're like, no. I'm like, fam.
It is.
Well, whose else's then?
It's the generation right above us. It's their kids, you know.
And basically.
And there's only so many of them that are you know doing what they're supposed to do, top to bottom. You know, as far as like dealing with that situation, because like no matter how you wanna slice it, like all this is always gonna start in the home. It's always gonna start at the crib. You know what I mean? Like if your youth are subject to a certain type of brought-upcy, then I'm not gonna say they're gonna be perfect. And then because I was brought up great, I still was outside doing fuck shit. But like you know, but I had enough of a moral compass to know what was too far and what wasn't, or like know what code made sense and what code didn't make sense, you know?
Yes.
But like when you don't have that.
Yeah. The moral compass is out the door.
Out the door. The moral compass is out the door. And the moral compass you're only gonna get from the way you're brought up. You know, you're not gonna gain a moral compass the older you get. That's not how it works. It works the way you came up, the things you were accustomed to when you were coming up, the things you were able to get away with, the things that you were told were wrong, all that stuff is going to stick with you to an extent. Like, it's not going to stop you from ever doing anything wrong. But, like, if you feel like nothing you do is wrong, that's the poison. You know, if you feel like everything is justified and, you know, then that's the super problem. So it just goes back to that, for me at least, you know. That's how I
Bare facts.
Yeah.
Bare facts. Y'all speak truth. Speak truth. Now, if we're gonna be real about it, what folks need to do is turn that compass into another direction. Follow that helicopter. Follow that run and gun season, because this new record is about to drop. What's the official release date on the record?
Friday, October 4th.
There you go. Yeah. Is there going to be a release event of some sort in some form or fashion?
Yeah, we're trying to put something together. We're still working out certain details, but I'd say look out for somewhere in late November.
Okay.
Should be able to put something together by then for y'all. Where, you know, it might not be. I don't know. I'm not going to speak too much on it, but
no.
We'll have
gonna.
Quiet as kept. Always quiet as kept.
Yeah.
There's
gonna be something. There's gonna be something for sure.
And what's the official name of the record?
Run and Gun Season 2.
Yeah.
Boom. There it is. Mairs G, it's always a pleasure. You already know.
Yes, sir.
You already know.
Amen.
And from what I've heard so far, I have very little doubt that this shit is gonna bang.
Yep.
Straight up and down. Run and Gun Season 2 coming out Friday. Make sure you cop that. Stay tuned to their social medias. Drop your social medias so people can stay in touch, stay on top.
Yep.
You can check me Instagram, Heavy G 3590, Twitter, Heavy G 3590, Facebook, Heavy G. You know, you can go on Spotify, Heavy G.
That's it. Yeah. And you know me, everything is J.O.Mairs, Mairs. I don't know. I get so much J.O. Mars and Mars. You guys can't read it, because there's an I in there for sure.
Nah, people can't read now.
Yeah,
people don't read it anymore.
No, you know. Yeah, J.O.Mairs on everything. We're Mairs Society. And then it's Run and Gun. Huh?
It's Run and Gun.
Joe Mars? Sorry.
Joe Mars?
Joe
Oh,
Mars.
gosh, bro. I hear the craziest things. But yeah, ITSRUNXGUN. It's Run and Gun on the gram. I think TikTok, we got it without the its. I think it's just Run and Gun on TikTok.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
Runxgun.net.
Yep, runandgun.net.
Yep,
And
definitely.
Yeah.
And it's like that, fellas. Thank you again. You know we always got time for y'all.
Most def.
Peace, y'all. Run and gun
Peace.
season. Let's go.
Yes, sir.